Have you ever ventured into the woods as night was falling and felt a sense of unease come over you? A stillness in the air that wasn't there before, like all the little animals have gone quiet, knowing something you don't? I had one of those feelings the other day as the light started to fade and decided it was time I faced whatever was lurking in the shadows. That's how my night in the Haunted Forest Modpack began. Wrapping my hands tight around my only flashlight, I picked my way carefully over fallen logs and under brush, peering intently into every shadowy nook and cranny. At every small noise, I whipped around, sure that something unnatural was close behind me. But the forest stayed shrouded in an eerie silence, as if waiting for me to let my guard down. As I explored further, odd sights started to appear, mushrooms and plants that glowed with an otherworldly light. I knew this forest had fallen under an unholy spell, but I had to find the source. Looking for clues, but finding more mysteries with each step, my sense of unease only grew stronger. What creatures might lurk where the trees grow thickest? I had to know, even if the truth would haunt my dreams. The forest pressed in all around as darkness fell completely. Tall spruces blotted out the few stars that managed to pierce the canopy, leaving me wrapped in black as the grave. I didn't dare call out whatever was out there. I didn't want to draw its attention. My breath caught in my throat as distant howls echoed eerily through the trees. It seemed the night's predators had begun to emerge, and I was directly in their territory. It was then I realized just how much danger I was. Pushing on through the inky shadows, holding my breath and listening for any sign I wasn't alone, my light fell upon a collection of pale blue orbs drifting lazily between the trees. Spirits, perhaps, of those who had lost their way in these woods long ago. As I watched, they seemed to glance in my direction, as if sensing my presence. A shiver ran down my spine. Whatever mystic force held sway over this forest, it had called forth spirits from beyond. I had to get out before the shadows swallowed me for good. But would I survive long enough to find the way? Heart in my throat, I spun at every cracking twig, certain something was following me just out of sight. When my light fell upon strange runes carved deep into an immense tree, I stumbled to a stop, transfixed. These were no ordinary markings, they pulsed with an unholy energy that set my hair on end. I was standing at the very heart of this forest's curse, and whatever entity placed these runes here was ensuring its domain would never be lifted. I had to get away now, before the evil that lived within the woods sensed my intrusion. I ran. I emerged onto a ridge just as the moon rose, trembling and out of breath. Looking back, I saw only an impenetrable mass of shadow from which no light seemed able to escape. Whatever mysteries and monsters lurked within, I prayed they remained locked away in that cursed wood. I had glimpsed just a sliver of the evil that held sway after dark. Now, as the moon cast an eerie glow over the ancient trees, I was glad to put it behind me. But its memory would haunt me at every nightfall, wondering what other souls may still be lost in the dark. In the pale light of morning, the forest seemed almost ordinary again. But I knew the sun's rays couldn't lift the enchantment that gave this wood its power. As the fog parted, I glimpsed movements within that sent my heart racing all over. Was it human or other? I had to know more about this place and its phantoms, or they would haunt me forever. It was time to venture back within. Pushing through the undergrowth, my search led me to a long, forgotten altar. Moss and lichen had overtaken its crumbling surface, but the symbol carved at its center was unmistakable. This was the very heart of the forest's magic. As I puzzled over its meaning, a mist arose from nowhere, hanging motionless in the heavy air. I backed away, fearing what manifestation may emerge, but only silence answered. Whatever entity dwelled here was content to remain in shadows, for now. But I would return to face its guardians and discover the truth behind the haunted wood. Ever wondered what all the fuss is about with these Minecraft snapshots? I mean, I see people talking about them all the time, but what exactly are they, and why should you care? Well, stick around, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about Minecraft snapshots. Now, normally when you boot up Minecraft, you've got your choice of playing the latest full-release version of the game. But hidden away in the options menu is a little section called snapshots that opens up a whole new world of possibilities. By enabling snapshots, you gain access to experimental pre-release versions of Minecraft that contain all the latest features Mojang is working on. It's like a sneak peek behind the scenes at what's coming next to the game. Each snapshot builds upon the last, adding more content and squashing bugs to progress the game towards its next official update. So by playing snapshots, you get to be among the first to try all the new goodies like biomes, blocks, mobs, and more long before the general public. Of course, with great new content comes great instability. Snapshots are works in progress, so you'll likely encounter more bugs and glitches than in the full releases. Worlds also may not be fully compatible long-term, so it's best not to put hours into a single world. But for experimenting and getting a sneak peek, snapshots are awesome. So if you want to experience all the latest Minecraft has to offer before anyone else, give snapshots a try. Just make sure to back up your worlds regularly. Who knows, you might even discover brand new blocks, mobs, or features that help improve the game. Now get out there and start your very own Minecraft snapshot adventure. Now that you know what snapshots are, you're probably itching to try one out. But with so many options, which one do you choose? Well, each snapshot builds on the last, so it's generally best to go with the most recent release. That way you'll get all the newest features and changes. But it's also interesting to go back in time through earlier previews to see how things have evolved. One thing I love about snapshots is discovering totally new additions like these azalea bushes. They add a whole new layer of color and life to biomes. And can you believe they actually have different flowering stages too? It's so cool to be one of the first to experience brand new blocks before the official release. Things are always changing and improving based on community feedback too. All right, enough talking. It's time to start your very own snapshot adventure. Just select the latest preview build, choose your world type, and get exploring. You never know what surprises you might find. Just have fun and be sure to share your crazy creations and discoveries with me. Happy snapshot mining!
Have you ever felt limited by how far you can see in Minecraft? I know I certainly have. There's just something exciting about being able to explore forever without hitting a rendering barrier. What do you think it would be like to remove those limits and see as far as your imagination can take you? Well, today, I want to show you a mod that aims to do just that. It's called Distant Horizons, and I think it might just change the way we play Minecraft forever. When I first heard about the Distant Horizons mod, I have to admit I was a little skeptical. How could something really remove the rendering limits of the game? But my curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to download it and see for myself. The installation process was simple enough, so it was time to load it up and put it to the test. I spawned into my world and was immediately blown away by what I saw. As far as the eye could see, the entire landscape had rendered in. Mountains faded into the distance, and the horizon just kept going with no end in sight. I've played Minecraft for years, but this feeling was completely new. It was as if I was truly exploring endless possibilities. With this new view comes new opportunities. I started gathering resources as the ideas flowed. What giant builds could I attempt now that I have unlimited space? What hidden secrets may lie just over the next ridge that no one has seen before? The possibilities felt endless, and I was more excited than ever to start this new journey and see where this mod might take me. So in summary, the Distant Horizons mod is a game changer. By removing the simulation distance render cap, it opens up Minecraft to a whole new level of exploration and creativity. I have a feeling massive community projects and mega builds are going to start popping up all over the place. Who knows, maybe we'll start to colonize and shape the virtual lands beyond our usual limits. If the idea of an infinitely big map sparks your imagination, I'd highly recommend downloading this mod for yourself. Your Minecraft experience may never be the same. I've been playing with the Distant Horizons mod non-stop since installing it, and I'm still finding new ways it's enhancing my Minecraft experience. Zooming around in this endless world using my elytra feels absolutely exhilarating. I feel like I'm discovering new biomes and landscapes with every glide. It's given me a whole new appreciation for just how beautifully this game can render its worlds from high altitudes. I've also found myself aiming higher with builds now that sky's the limit. Literally. With the rendering pushed back so far, building giant floating islands just feels appropriate. The scale this mod allows is just staggering. Getting this overview of my latest floating build really hammered home what Distant Horizons makes possible. Construction that would have been unthinkable before now feels right at home. And the best part is, this island is just one small piece in an infinite ocean of possibility. With a map this grand, why limit yourself to a single island when you could have an entire archipelago to explore? I can't wait to start filling this new canvas with one massive project after another. There truly is no boundary to what we can achieve.